Alright, today we have a 2004 Nissan Sentra SE-R spec-v. Let's see how this does. So off the bat, the car is torque-y. It's a torquey, normally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder called the QR25DE. The QR25 is like the VQ35, a four-cylinder for Nissan. They've used it in everything. They use it in these, they use it in Altimas, they use it in Frontiers, the list goes on. The SE-R spec-v has one that makes 175 horsepower and 180 foot-pounds of torque. This thing really is a torquey four-cylinder. So when the SE-R spec-v came out, it had competition already. It had the cars like the Celica GTS or the XRS, Matrix, and Corollas, and it also had the Civic SIs to play with. Now, depending on, this was made between 2002 and 2006, depending on what year Civic SI, they made it between 160 horsepower to 200 horsepower, roughly. The Celica GTS, XRS, Matrixes, and Corollas, those had a 2ZZ motor in them. Those made 180 horsepower. So this one's down 5 horsepower on the Toyota game and in the middle between the Honda game. But what this does better than both of them is it makes a lot of torque. And it makes all that power really quick and low down. The 2ZZ, the B series, and the K series, you all got to wind them out a little bit to get the power out of them. This car is pretty ready for you. The only unfortunate thing is it only revs up to about 6,200 RPM. People that personally know me know I like higher revving cars, and that's just a personal gripe though, just a personal gripe. The gearing's really short in this car, so paired with that torquey power band and the short gearing, this car is one to fret. In the SE-R spec-v, the engine is mated to a 6-speed transmission, and this transmission comes with a helical LSD from the factory. That's fucking awesome. Let's talk about how short ratio these gears are. We're gonna do a first to third pull. First gear, 35. Second gear, 54. Third gear, about 74 miles an hour. Let's talk about the torque steer. That's another one of the things that are kind of annoying with this car. First gear, second gear pull, you're wrestling the wheel around a corner. Let's say you pin it around a corner, and you want to start giving less steering angle. You don't just release it, you start pushing it back to the center. Should it scare you away? Nah. You just get one of those good old Armstrong steering racks. And let me tell you something. This has an intake and exhaust. The exhaust note is awesome. It really is Honda-esque, but it produces amazing crackly pops out the exhaust. It makes me go through puberty once again, and the intake noise is just right. This 6-speed, I'm thoroughly impressed with this 6-speed, except for 6th gear. 1 through 5 are really clickety. They're really satisfying to go into gear. When I was first driving this car, I was rowing through the gears just to feel it select each gear. Is awesome. I wasn't sure this had a 6-speed at first, and it does. 6th gear is super sticky. I'm not even gonna touch that one. I'm not sure if this is a common issue or if it's just this one, but 6th gear is no go for this car. I never would have thought with this car. I thought it just had some like basic like econo-box engine, a body kit, and some badges. Dude, this thing. Oh man. I will never talk down about one of these cars again. I do wish this car had some better tires on it. I reached the limit of them pretty quick. But on the other hand, I don't, because I'm already hauling pretty quick. The seats, they're comfortable, they're whatever, but around corners, and the grip this car can generate just from mechanical grip is pretty great, and I'm really working out to keep myself in the car. Oh man, I think a bucket seat should come first before sticky tires in this car, personally. Along with that gripe, the steering isn't as quick as I'd like it to be. Like, it's still fast to respond, but I wish it didn't need so much input. So on the limit, on the edge, I'm really holding myself in, and I'm really trying to give a lot of input all at the same time. Luckily, with this helical LSD, the car's one you can turn with the gas pedal as well. You can adjust how much angle you're really steering at just by modulating the throttle. Essentially, what I'm talking about there is when I want the car to stop turning a little bit, I'll give it gas. When I want it to turn in more, I'll give it less gas. Kind of the nature of driving a front-wheel drive car. Makes it really fun. So some of you might be seeing the car and asking, why the hell is it two-tone? What the hell happened here? So the 04 SE-Rs didn't have that like GTR-inspired body kit. Only the 02 and 03s did. But the 04s, I believe, had a little more power. They had some better, like, they're a little better than the early years. The owner, Mikey, went and found the body from a wrecked SE-R, I believe, or a blown up one. He got it off of a rolling shelf, if I remember right. And he got the earlier SE-R body kit and put it onto a later year SE-R. You know what? The biggest gripe about this powertrain is it does the power thing good. I wish it revved longer. Because you get to the red line, and you're like, yes, this is good, and you're bop, 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 and you're like, fuck, I gotta shift again. I wish you just got another 1,000 RPM to whoop through. It might be part of the short gearing as well, but I think any longer gearing would make this car not as enjoyable to drive. So the short gearing stays. Maybe another 1,000 RPM, that'd be cool. Let's get another pull going. Oh, this car is fun. It's really underrated. You know, I never really thought much of these. I didn't know much about these, but now that I'm behind the wheel of one and you learned about them, you should, if you're in the market, you should give this car a shot. I think you'll be, I think you'll approve. Nissan Sentra SE-R spec-v. I like it. I would rock one. I would rock one. I think I'd get one before, like, I sell like a GTS or a Civic Si. I am a supporter now, and I really went into this with a bias with Nissan and being like, what the hell is Nissan thinking with this car? And now I've turned my mind around. So anyway, guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you still look down below this car, put a comment down there. I'm sure like one of the SE-R member forums will like come and roast you. Thanks for watching, guys.